Hello, it's the Dazzling One teaching tips and tricks to the everyday girl. I'll get your gorgeous to you. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 4 different Mary Kay foundations, 5 technically, but 4 is what we're going to demo. So let's get started. As you heard, I'm going to share the difference in foundations so that you know what the differences are when selecting a foundation. So of course, I am going to be talking about the Mary Kay foundations because they are simply amazing. And in my opinion, you really should have one of all of them. Or at least 2 foundations, and I don't mean 2 because you change colors. Like in the summer you may get a little more color than you have in the fall or the winter, but I'm thinking that it's good to have 4 different ones, or at the very least 2, because sometimes you might need lighter coverage and sometimes you need fuller coverage. So let's lightest coverage to fullest coverage that we have. And believe it or not, one thing that I can say from experience, because I use all 4 and I rotate them in and out, what I can say is that our lightest foundation feels on your skin just the way the fullest coverage feels. It's just a matter of coverage. One thing I want to share too is that all the foundations can be built. Meaning you could put a coat on, or you can put a layer on, let it dry, and then either put some, maybe where you have some issues maybe of discoloration or anything, to kind of even you out and give you that more flawless look. Or if you want more coverage, you are able to do it that way. So now, say our lightest coverage is our Mary Kay foundation mineral powder, okay? And I'm going to talk about the tools as well. Now this is our Mary Kay powder foundation brush, and I just hold that like that so you can see. Okay, and you can do up to 10 or 11 layers of this. Now what I'm going to do is, it does have a little cap inside of it where you can close it so you don't so it doesn't leak out. And what I do is I just tap a little inside the cap. I'm going to do half of my face with one and half of my face with the other. So I got a little bit of foundation in there. I'm just going to swirl that brush around in there like this. Okay. And then I'm going to just start on one side here. I'm going to buff that into your skin. Mineral powder is good for people that prefer a more mineral based formula, and they just want a very sheer coverage. Now that's one coat of it on my face, as you can see. Very sheer, very light. Now the next one is our CC cream. Okay, this one is more dewy. There's 5 different colors, and I'm going to use our little blending sponge, which is awesome. If you love any sort of a cosmetic sponge, you want to invest in one of these Mary Kay ones, because I've never seen anyone else on the market personally that doesn't absorb all your product. So you cut it open and it has all your product inside. This one doesn't do that. So you're just going to just squirt a little bit. It's and it's going to give you a more dewy look. So I got just a little bit of there. Now I'm going to do this side of my face with this. You can also wet your sponge If you want to, this is good for somebody that doesn't normally wear foundation. It's going to give you that protection step, light coverage, so you look very natural. And it's nice because it has a little point there. Has that little point so you can get in the little grooves. So that was, on this side we used our mineral powder foundation with our mineral brush. On this side of my face, I used the CC cream with the blending sponge. Our next two foundations are going to be more medium coverage foundations, either the Time Wise Luminous or the Time Wise Matte. I'm going to use the Time Wise Matte because I'm normal to dry skin, but I just like the look of the matte foundation. It doesn't have a dewy look. And you can use either our liquid foundation brush, or our classic foundation brush. So the choice is yours on how you want it. These classic ones are also good for using for masks, just cleaning them up and using it for your mask, because you can put the mask right on there and not use so much product. So just gonna squirt it right on there. Again, I love using tools because then you don't have to get less product. So on this side, we're going to use, I'm just going to kind of, okay. So that was our Time Wise matte foundation, Time Wise 3D matte foundation. And then our next foundation here is a cream to powder foundation. Now you can use a little sponge, but today I'm going to be using our blending brush to apply it to the other side of my face. I think this is kind of cool. It's funny trying to keep it all, you know, on just half of the face. Let's talk about the differences. Now, this is our full coverage one. You apply it, it goes on as a cream. It's sweat resistant, just as the new matte and luminous ones are. They are sweat resistant. All our foundations tend to be transfer resistant, so you put them on, you let them dry, and then they won't get on your clothes, or if you go to hug somebody, they don't get on them, which is super awesome. Foundations are 12 hours of wear, although I believe it's longer than that, but that's what they say. They're 12 hours of wear. So on this side, we did our Time Wise matte 3D foundation, and on this side, I did our cream to powder foundation. I used the liquid foundation brush with the Time Wise 3D, and then on this side, I used cream to powder with the blending brush on this side. So basically, it's best to have more than one foundation. Sometimes you might need lighter coverage, or sometimes you need fuller coverage because maybe you're going to an event, or you really need your makeup to last long. Although, to be truthful with you, all of the foundations really do last long, so you don't have to worry about that. But it is nice to know that they do have something for everyone. So remember to click the subscribe button, comment, like, and subscribe. This is the Dazzling One talking about foundations. Hope you have an awesome and magnificent day. Bye-bye.